Boom shakalaka, today's video, I want to take a look at the best and worst case scenarios for Bitcoin. In this video, we're going to be taking a look at some awesome charts that describe exactly what's going on and where Bitcoin could be heading, both the good and the bad. You'll definitely want to stay tuned. What's up everyone, Randall here from Crypto Love. Today's video, we're talking about what's going on with Bitcoin, the good, the bad, all the scenarios we could possibly have happen with Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies. Before we get into it, guys, make sure to like, subscribe, click the notification bell. Now, as you can see behind me, people are fearful, extreme fear right now, and it's been extreme fear for weeks already at this point. But the market over the past day, pretty much sideways. Not much of gain, not much of a loss. Bitcoin at 35.56, Ethereum at 24.29, BNB at 3.66, Cardano at 105, XRP at 60 cents, Solana at $89, and Terra Luna at 64.53. Now, there's been a lot of speculation as to why the market has dumped. What we've seen recently is that Bitcoin has been the most correlated to the NASDAQ that it's ever been. Now, the Fed's been talking about increasing interest rates and different plans that they have, and this caused a massive panic sell in the stock market, which coincidentally affected Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies as well. But there's also other speculation as to what could have caused this. As we can see this green line here, the whale holdings, entities with greater than 1,000 Bitcoin, we can see this has been decreasing recently. So potentially whales just haven't been buying as feverishly as they have previously. Maybe they're waiting to see what's going to happen with these Fed interest rates so that they can buy at a significant discount. But some other very interesting charts. We know that whales aren't holding, but it turns out that short-term holders, investors who bought their coins within the past few months, currently hold 3 million Bitcoin, which is historically low, one that hasn't been seen since August of 2020 before this giant peak. As a matter of fact, if we take a look at the Bitcoin price coinciding with low supply held by short-term holders, these are pretty much the lowest areas that you could buy Bitcoin where the price is right now. That being said, Bitcoin has experienced a significant pullback. Maybe this will attract whales. Maybe this will attract more traders. Maybe it'll just cause more fear in the markets, because as you can see right now, the pullback, 49.9%, a little bit less than what we saw in the July bottom, but pretty darn close, and the fear is definitely there. Now, this isn't similar to what we saw in March of 2020. That was a 74% pullback, or in December, that was an 83% pullback, but it was deeper than all corrections in 2017. So that gives you something to think about. Could this be a bear market? Well, we'll get into that shortly. Because if we take a look at the logarithmic regression that we've been in with fib levels, well, Bitcoin was rejected at the 61.8 fib at $69,000. It's 50% down from the top. Over the past 11 years, this model has identified the tops and the bottom. Only two more supports. So if we are to continue going down and stay within this model for Bitcoin, a lot of people are predicting $20,000 Bitcoin, $17,000 Bitcoin, $14,000 Bitcoin, $11,000 Bitcoin. Bitcoin's going to zero. But if we take a look at this model, it would appear that the next support, if we break through where we are right now, around $35,000, $36,000, the next support would be $32,000, where we've taken a look at the volume profile on Bitcoin charts previously. There is significant support there. And then if we were to even go below that, $28,000 to $30,000. If it breaks below there, well, it would be breaking out of this chart, invalidating it. But the curious thing is that it doesn't appear like we had a top. This is very odd because, well, we got wicked off twice, and didn't really get that explosive blow off top we were all looking for. We just got wicked off. Well, if we take a look at the market to thermocap ratio, in the previous peaks, we saw very high thermocap ratios. In this one, we did not get that high yet. As a matter of fact, we only had what would suggest a median peak like we saw back here in the 2013 halving. And where we're going right now on a monthly basis, the monthly RSI dropped below 50%. This has only happened a few times in history. And if we take a look at all these times when Bitcoin price was in yellow, so we saw a dot there during the COVID drop, but back here and also back here in 2014 and 2018, these were historically the best times to buy Bitcoin. Now, granted, during those times, there was extreme fear. I don't know about this one because I was not yet in Bitcoin back then, but I can testify that back here, extreme fear. Everybody thought that $6,500 was the bottom, and then the floor dropped out and price went down to $3,000, and everybody was saying Bitcoin's going to zero, and it didn't. So that brings us to some other charts like this dormancy flow, entity adjusted dormancy flow. As we can see, historically low levels. Same as buying back here at the very low right after the price crashed from $65 to $3,000, or right back there and back here. Basically, the levels we are right now are the best buying levels that exist. And, there's fear in the market, but there's a saying, be greedy when others are fearful and fearful when others are greedy, for a reason. You remember when people were greedy? Bitcoin was $70,000. Had you sold then, been fearful, you probably would have done pretty well. Now, while everybody's fearful, well, might be a good time to buy. Maybe. Because if we take a look at everything that's going on right now, this chart from Binky Ponderosa, he's done a great job taking a look at all of these things. And as we can see here, most of these indicators are green, saying that, hey, this is a great, great spot for Bitcoin. Right now, deep value, Bitcoin is at 22.5% of the cycle top, predicted cycle top of $177,000. But let's take a look at the bottom, because the floor predictions, the average floor prediction, $21,000. So if Bitcoin is to be somewhere between $21,000 and $177,000, it's pretty darn close to the bottom right now. As a matter of fact, we could just be having a little correction. And this is a great chart by Invest Answers, taking a look at Bitcoin corrections and recovery windows, because you may not want to be sidelined when the correction actually takes place. Because let's say the Fed reverses their decision saying, hey, you know what? If we increase interest rates, this is going to cause panic across the board. Stocks are going to tank. We can't have that happen. We're just not going to increase interest rates. And as a matter of fact, we're going to continue printing money. If that happens, Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies will shoot up faster than anything you could have believed. And if you had your money in Tether and you were sleeping on that, well, you could miss out on big gains. Because if we take a look down here on the bottom, the average period to recover, excluding bear markets, is 64 days, 2 months. So let's take a look at the Bitcoin chart 2 months before the peak. Because if we take a look at cbbi.info, their predicted halving to peak days would put the peak March 29th of this year. So we're roughly 2 months before then, which coincidentally is the same recovery period excluding bear markets, if we were in that spot. And I don't know if we are. But I put a yellow dotted line in each of those areas, similar to where we are today. Well, guess what? After that yellow dotted line, the last 2 months of the cycle, the first halving, Bitcoin price went up 789%, almost 8x. Okay? The second time, almost 4x. It went up 374%, which could potentially put Bitcoin in the 120 to 200 some $1,000 area. Not only that we took a look at yesterday, it's unlikely we saw a top, because the Bitcoin price at the halving, guess what? It was broken before on a blow off top. Same thing in 2017 and 2013, broken by a blow off top. But if we see the lowest possible price at the halving, we haven't yet broken that with a blow off top. We just got wicked off. And the bottom, again, series bottom in this orange trend channel, series bottom on this 200 weekly moving average, which historically Bitcoin has rarely ever broken below. Also significant support with this top here, $20,000. If Bitcoin price did go that low, that would be a very, very serious area of support, which brings us to potentially where Bitcoin could be heading. Because if we are in this recovery period where we have 2 months left, well, guess what? If we put that right around the end of March for 2022, guess what? Right around here, $206,000 Bitcoin for maximum bubble territory could be heading there for the price. And you just have to consider, are you going to be a Chicken Little and bet on Bitcoin price crashing to $20,000? Or do you want to potentially gamble a little bit, maybe make some money and say, hey, it's $30,000 or $40,000, I don't even remember where it is right now, but $35,000 right now, well, could go up to $200,000, could 8x. That's pretty good returns. I'll take that bet every day and twice on Sunday. So guys, that's all for today's episode. If you did enjoy it, make sure to like, subscribe, click the notification bell. I'll catch you guys later. Have a good one. Peace.